Please read the disclaimer. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. So another week opens up for us in the crypto market, looking at XRP and Bitcoin. I found this thread yesterday, last night, this morning when I woke up. It's from yesterday, but I saw it today. Talking about what actually is happening in the crypto markets, a little bit of a zoom out on what's happening. It's from the Kobesi letter. We reference their Twitter account, X account many times. Great info. This is more, like a broader thesis on what's happening in the market, what we can learn from it. But first, we're going to look a little bit at the CME gap that it touched. It didn't close, so we have to be careful with that. We'll talk a little bit about XRP ETFs that could be coming this week. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smash that like button, and let's get into it. So I want to start out with the CME gap, as we have been talking about it a lot lately, because it's about to close. It didn't close just yet. Some people are like, oh, did it close? No, it didn't close. It touched the outer part of my circle, right, that I created. But to close the gap, Bitcoin needs to drop down to 91,800 and 91,750, around that area. We're not there, right? Bitcoin did get close during the night, but it bounced off of that. It went to 92,800. I wouldn't be surprised, even though this morning we're seeing a green opening, that sometime in the next week, there is a test of that area. Again, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen today. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen tomorrow. But as we are so close to that level, with the opportunity to close the gap's going to get closed. This is just my opinion, what I've seen before. So I would be very careful in these days if you are day trading, swing trading, anything that's happening right now. It could flip on a dime, okay? This is just my opinion, my experience, okay? Not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. This is what I see in the market. I've seen these gaps 90% of the time, especially the ones that happen from the weekend, get closed. Remember, we were hoping it wouldn't get closed. We shouldn't hope, right? No, we had the feeling that it was going to get closed even when we were at 127, because the one that was at 77,000 got closed and we were already at 110 and it closed. And so we're seeing it happen again. If it happens again, we'll know that it's going to come. First time, second time, third time, probably going to happen again. Does it mean that it's going to happen for sure? No, but I'm going to play it out. Again, this is just me. If it happened one, two, third time, right? It's the saying, first time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. Third time, you get kicked out. So that's the situation right now. And of course, this is moving and affecting the whole crypto market, even though XRP, is up to almost 2.5% since GME time. It's still down significantly over the past few days, even with all the good news and the XRP ETFs. And we have a slew of them potentially coming this week. Franklin Templeton, Bitwise, 21Share, CoinShare, Grayscale, and Wisdom Tree, all potentially coming this week. But the fear is still high. Fear is still high. So we're low on the greed and fear index, but the fear is at 14. That means the fear is high. So we're in a very interesting situation right now. Okay. Now, you can take advantage of these situations, but you have to be very careful. We still have the competition going on over at BTCC with the giveaway here for this amount of the XRP. It's till the end of the month. You can be part of it. And so we're going to raffle out onto the people. That's going to be the competition. So if you're part of the community there, you're already eligible and you can sign up. As well, we also have our partner at BYDFI. If you're interested, there are some amazing sign-up bonuses. And we also have the Telegram group that is open to everyone and free. And we're also going to have a secondary group that is only for whale traders. If you deposit over $5,000, you're going to be part of that whale trader group, you'll be eligible for that. So if you are, link is in the description down below. You go up to my website here and you can click on those and these two buttons here, and you can get the links to their partners. So if you are interested, link is in the description down below, but please, please, please trade responsibly. Okay. We'll get to what's happening in the market in just a second, and understand that things in the crypto market can be very volatile. It can be very profitable but very volatile, and we need to be very, 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 very careful. Okay, very careful. So what is happening right now in crypto? Okay, over the last 41 days, crypto erased 1.1 trillion in market cap, or 27 billion per day. Crypto market cap is now 10% below levels seen during the record 19 billion liquidation on October 10th. This is a structural move. Let's explain. So we had, of course, crypto nears the 4.3 trillion in market cap, right? Then Trump announces that 100% tariff on China. Boom, we had October 10th. Largest liquidation in crypto history. Trump says America will be #1 in crypto. Crypto continues to sell off, and crypto erases 1.1 trillion in 41 days. Okay. The decline has been strange for one key reason. There haven't been many material bearish developments on the fundamental side of crypto. Just days ago, President Trump said America being #1 in crypto is his top priority. Yet Bitcoin is down 25% in 1 month, right? And remember, Bitcoin held pretty nicely through 1010, right? It also appears to be a structural and mechanical downturn. All began with institutional outflow in mid to late October. In the first week of November, crypto funds saw 1.2 billion of outflows. The problem becomes excessive levels of leverage amid these outflows, right? Leverage in crypto is unique. It is common for speculators to take on positions that are leveraged 20x, 50x, and even 100x. As seen below, a 2% move at 100x leverage would liquidate your position. When millions of traders are using leverage, this leads to a domino effect, right? We've talked about this before and warned about how the high leverage, it can be very, very, fast and furious. On the one hand, of course, you can go up, but only a 2% movement in the underlying asset gets you liquidated. And so we have to be very, very careful with these assets. Again, you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money with leverage. It's volatile. So you have to take that in consideration, and please, please, please trade responsibly. As a result, when these sudden downswings happen in crypto, liquidations surge, as seen on October 10th. The 19.2 billion liquidation spread led to the first ever 20,000 Bitcoin daily candlestick. Excessive levels of leverage have resulted in seemingly hypersensitive market. Over the last 16 days alone, we've seen 3 days within liquidation exceeding 1 billion. Daily liquidations of 500 million have become a normal occurrence, particularly in periods with thin volume. This results in very significant crypto swings, and it goes in both directions. It also explained the sudden shift in sentiment. The crypto fear and greed index has fallen to extreme fear. This now ties to the bottom seen in February 2025, even as Bitcoin is up 25% since the April bottom. Leverage is amplifying shifts in investor sentiment. Take a look at the Bitcoin chart versus gold since October 10th liquidation occurred. For 12 months, gold and Bitcoin moved with high correlation, safe haven asset. Since early October, gold has performed Bitcoin with 25 percentage points, right? So there's been a separation between the two. The trend is even more evident outside of Bitcoin. Take a look at Ether, with now officially down 8.5% on the year. Since October 6th, Ethereum is down, or Ether, right? Ether is actually the token of the Ethereum network. Same as XRP is the token of XRPL. But we always reference as Ethereum and not as Ether. But funny, right? Ether is down a massive 35%. This is beyond bear market territory, despite a broader rally in all risky assets across the board. Therefore, when you zoom out, it seems that crypto is in a structural bear market. Fundamental value of crypto has only improved, but market dynamics are shifting. As with any market, the wrinkles will work their way out. This is Kobesi thinks that we're potentially in a bottom soon, right? The trend in crypto is spreading far beyond crypto assets. The microeconomic is shifting, and stocks, commodity, bonds, and crypto are investable. So now that's for their newsletter. In my opinion, again, this is just my theory, and I've stated this before. I think that what is happening now over the past few weeks, since October 10th, is that the October 10th event didn't hit Bitcoin that much. Of course, it hit lots of altcoins. XRP, of course, had that wild movement. But Bitcoin and Ethereum even didn't see the crazy wick, right? I think what happened is that market makers, a market maker or multiple market makers, and some crypto funds got destroyed, and they went to whoever their creditors were or whoever they had taken money out to purchase these assets, or whoever is giving them liquidity, and said, hey, we need a couple of weeks. We're in a bad situation. We need to start unraveling our positions. We're not going to do it too fast, because if we start doing this too fast and start repaying you, the market is going to drop even more. It's going to be crazy. And then, our assets will diminish in value. So we'll start selling in a way, unraveling our positions in a way that won't create a, snowball effect. So I think what's happening is over the past month, they've been closing positions, unraveling positions, and that's what's created every single time there's a little bit of bad news, they jump on that and they start unraveling. They'll sell another chunk and they'll sell another chunk, and that way, when they create fear, then they can come towards the bottom when there's lots of fear, or when you have an event like closing the gap, which is a big event in the crypto market. Then they can start replenishing their chest, right? I think that's what's happening right now. It could be that some of them are closing down altogether, but that event was a seismic event, and we're still feeling the ripples weeks later. Even though we should be right now in a positive zone, we're in a negative zone. Does this give me good vibes for the future? Yes, it does, because I understand that this is a period of time that I've experienced many periods of times like this in the crypto market before. I've experienced the elation, I've experienced the depression, I've experienced all the spectrums of emotions here in the crypto market. And I tell you, when it always feels the worst, it passes, right? And so again, I'm a long-term investor in the crypto market. Of course, I take advantage of opportunities. I open positions when I feel like, it could be long, it could be short, depending on where the market is. Okay. But long term, the vast majority of my assets are long term, right? When I hear the president say things like that, how can I be negative, 5-10 years down the road? Okay. Of course, day to day, I don't know what's going to happen. And week to week, we don't know what's going to happen. But long term, I have my thesis and my theory. Again, this is just my thesis, my theory. This video was only for educational and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Of course, not financial advice. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description down below if you are interested. Drop a comment, 8 for infinity and beyond. And don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.